What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 5 of Members Only, the EverWash podcast. You're going to run out of fingers soon.
I am going to run out of fingers. I'll take my shoes off.
This episode's a little bit different, guys, but a whole lot of fun. We just got back from Nashville, where EverWash was on the floor at the ICA's The Car Wash Show, and we brought the podcast along with us. In this episode, you're going to hear what it actually sounds like from our booth, and we're going to bring in some cool conversations right from the show floor, including talks with our CEO and founder, Scott Caplan.
Yep.
And of course, Sean Pashley, though we won't be at the car wash, we'll be at the Car Wash Show.
At the Car Wash Show.
We have some other random little clips and tidbits from the conference. In addition, we're also bringing Jane Lee back for a data drip this episode. Always one of our most listened to and sought after segments. So excited to have her back on. And of course, we're going to wrap with a little suds and stuff.
Sounds good.
Nice and short and sweet this month. But before we get kicked off, of course, if you have a question, a topic, or anything you want us to tackle, anything on your mind, feel free to reach out to us on our call-in line. It's 215-259-8048. Leave us a voicemail. We'll play it on the show. We'll answer it in real time. And of course, you can shoot us an email at podcast@everwash.com. We want to hear from you. So if you've been enjoying the show, drop us a line. Be sure to like and subscribe. And without further ado, here's episode 5 of Members Only, the EverWash podcast. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Members Only, the EverWash podcast. We're here with episode 5, another milestone in my books, Chris.
Yep. Cinco de Cristo.
There you go. I like that. I like that new holiday.
Cinco de Member.
Cinco de Membro. Chris, we're back from Nashville. We made it. We're alive. Mm-hmm. We're back in one piece. We're back in the studio, even though today's episode is going to take place mostly out of studio.
Yeah, no worse for the wear. A little worse for the wear, but all good. We've been back for about a week now, so we got some good stuff for you, like Max said. Looking forward to getting into it. And this one's going to be a tight show because I actually, you know what? I love the backdrop at the show, and people will see that on YouTube. That blue with the white chairs popped.
It worked out really well.
That might need our new studio.
We got some notes, Diego. I know he's doing some renovations here at the studio. Maybe we can just leave our stuff here in the off season.
Get a couple small white chairs.
Right on. Well, we're going to take a really quick break. We're going to hit it with the wash wire. We're going to do a little debrief from Nashville, and then we got the rest of the show in store. So keep it locked here on Members Only, the EverWash podcast. All right, we're back with this month's edition of The Wash Wire, where we cover the stories and updates shaping EverWash and the car wash industry. Like I said, Chris, we just got back from the show. Just want to get your quick debrief before we hop into our on the show floor content for this month's episode.
You know, I've told you many times, you'll hear me say it, people have heard me say it. I break down trade shows into 3 segments: preparation, the show itself, and then follow-up, which is, it's in the sales hands now, so we're in the execution phase. But from energy on the show floor, it was a great crowd. I thought we had some really great conversations. Traffic was good for the most part. You know, next year, as you know, we're looking forward to our new booth location that you picked out. But what really gets me excited is hearing from wash partners, whether it's a dinner, a drink, at the show, what's working for them, and honestly, what's not working for them, and trying to continue down that path of growth for them. But I really love those conversations. Yeah,
to that point, you know, we've been talking about it on the show for a while. Our new attendant app rollout has begun, and a lot of the basis for that app update started with conversations with wash partners at trade shows. So the proof is in the pudding right there. A lot of these conversations we have, these little shoulder rubbing, you know, one-on-one sessions, whether it's over a cocktail or over the buzz of the show floor itself, those are really meaningful and impactful to our business, our R&D department, really the direction of where we're heading with EverWash and with Coinless. I'd be remiss if I didn't say there was a lot of really great conversations with Coinless partners as well. So I completely agree with your takeaway.
Well, the app is, you know, we've been teasing that since February for the most most part. But as you know, and this will be new to a lot of people, it was rolled out on Tuesday. We're recording on a Thursday. So by the next time we record, by the time this airs, we'll have about 40%, I would say a little under 40% of the country live on the new attendant app.
Yeah.
And then hopefully by the next time we record in a month,
fully rolled out.
So first 3 days, knock on wood, has been great. You and I just got off a phone call with our weekly update. 200 people downloaded the app in the Western region in less than 2 full business days. So far so good. And we're going to keep pushing that.
Yeah. So there you go. There's our attendant app update. Keep it locked on our website for more information. Our YouTube channel actually has a demonstration of what that new attendant app looks like. But without further ado, I know we've been talking about it for the last, couple minutes, but also the last couple months, it seems. We have the main event of the month. We have our live coverage, live podcast right from the show floor of the Car Wash Show in Nashville. So here's what it sounded like. Let's run the tape. What's up, everybody? You're listening to Members Only, the EverWash podcast. No, we're not at a studio. No, we're not behind our desks. We are at the show floor at the Car Wash Show here in Nashville, Tennessee. Had a great show the past couple days. Chris, how we doing?
We're doing great. First 2 days, really good. Great conversations as always. The team is really focused, locked in, Max. I couldn't be happier with what we're doing, and we're going to close strong today, day 3. We're going to have some good guests today, both EverWash. Hopefully grab some people on the way by and throw them on camera, see how they do.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've been hitting the floor hard here. We're going to bring you some exclusive interviews, some exclusive content straight from Nashville. But Chris, why don't we start with a little bit of Q&A with you? How'd you think the last couple days went? How'd the conversations go?
Like I said, the conversations were good. They were engaging. I don't want to say long, but they were long. Which is always a good thing with a prospective prospect or even a customer.
Right.
We solidified some relationships, had some great meetings with current customers and prospects. So as you know, Max, a show is 3 parts: prep, the show itself, and then post-show execution.
Absolutely.
We're really looking to start in phase 3 tomorrow when we get back, but so far so good. I'm excited.
Absolutely. The thing that always stands out to me at these shows are the depth and breadth of the type of car wash operator we meet. I've had conversations with rural IBA operators in Ohio and tunnel chains in California, and the thing that always stands out is how different the issues and the problems that each of these types of operators have, right?
Right.
But we have a solution for all of them. And that was the cool thing about the conversations we had at the show.
That's what I was going to say. Years past, if they came up with under 8,000 washes per year, we might not have been a fit. But now with Coinless coming into the fold under EverWash, we have a solution for all operators.
Absolutely. So should we get to the exclusive interviews here?
Let's get to the interviews.
All right. So our very first guest was our first guest on episode 1 of the podcast. It's our fearless leader who's standing about 15 feet over there. Scott Caplan, why don't we bring it down onto the show? We'll be right back with Scott. We're back with Members Only, the EverWash podcast, live from the ICA show floor. We have our first guest of the day. We have Scott Caplan, co-founder and CEO of EverWash. Scott, how we feeling, man?
Feeling good. Day 3. Feeling real good.
We made it.
Yep.
So tell me about your thoughts. How'd you think the show went this year?
I think it was great. Great show. A lot of great conversations. It's always great to see, partners, current partners that we have. So overall, feeling really good about the show.
You guys, EverWash, we've been attending this show for about 10 years now, which is scary to think how much time has passed. What do you think has changed most since we first hit an ICA show floor to today?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that are the same, but a lot of things are different. You see a lot of the same people. As it's big industry, but it's small group that you see. So you make a lot of friends, and it's impressive to see the innovation that's happening in the industry with some of the new products and new technology. So it's nice to see the industry evolve as a whole.
What are some of the things that you saw that really kind of stood out?
Yeah, I think some of the, see some robotic equipment out there that looks pretty cool. Washing cars and for charging cars.
Right.
Some I think where things are going are pretty exciting. So I'm happy to be a part of it and a spectator.
Absolutely, absolutely. Two of the cool things that I think we're innovating with, internally, is the Coinless app, and then up in Innovation Alley, some of our friends showing off Emma. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about those two products?
Yeah, so as people may know, Coinless was an acquisition we did a few years ago, and really catered towards the self-serve and in-bay automatic world, and for loyalty. So we're super excited about our partnerships that we have with CryptoPay, and to build that business. And on top of that, created this new product called Emma, which is essentially an AI agent for the self-serve and in-bay automatic unattended world, where car wash owners can have an easy way to essentially communicate with their customers when there are issues, and so we're super excited about how that's going.
Awesome. We're always trying to innovate a little bit, push the button a little bit, right? Figure out new solutions for the problems that these operators are presenting us with. So
that's what we do.
That's it, right? We're problem solvers.
That's it.
Scott, last question. What are you most excited for in the back half of the year? We're already at the halfway point. What's got you? What's getting you up in the day?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, excited about some of the new products that we're putting out, from Fleet to the new attendant app. Certainly helping more car wash owners build their businesses is why we show up to work every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Any closing thoughts before we let you go?
I'm going to take one out from you. Go Birds.
Go Birds. Thanks a bunch, Scott.
Hey, we're back with the Member Only podcast. We're here with our special At the Wash guest, but he's not at the wash today, Sean Pashley. Sean, how the first 2 days been for you?
Awesome. It's just a great show. Listening to Scott, as he said, it really is such a big community and growing community, but we have so many friends, and it's coming from the restaurant industry, as many people know, it's not this type of shared environment, right? Where we're all willing to give each other tidbits and sharing our success and want to prop each other up. And I just love that about this. Everybody's willing to share their stuff, and you learn so much every time you come to these events.
So we've said this before, no one talks to more wash owners, operators than you do at EverWash. What's the difference in the conversation on site when you're at a location, or some of the operators here? What's the tone of the conversation been here?
Totally different. When you're at a site, we're really trying to get things done, right? We have a very singular focus a lot of times, or multiple very refined focuses, and we have a mission. Here, it is much more, many people do come to get something done. They want to get specific. They want to visit specific vendors and get specific things done. But a lot of it is the networking. A lot of it is seeing what's new. So it's a much lighter vibe. And as some people know, we car wash folks tend to boogie down a little bit at night. So there's a lot of fun.
Thanks for an early morning.
Well, that's why these car shows start so late, right? It's not the educational panel.
So let's broaden the question a little bit. So you've spoken to operators who have success with EverWash. You've spoken with operators who are struggling out of the gate and just can't gain no momentum. How do you approach both those conversations?
Yeah, I think it's educate, congratulate, right? So there's a lot of, you really want people to know how well they're doing, and soon I think there will be a way to measure success of car washes, some sort of equation to help people. That's a tease, to help people measure success at a car wash. But people don't know, right? They don't know if they're being successful. So when someone comes up who's got great conversion, who's early on the program doing well, it's important to congratulate them, let them know they're doing well, buy them a beer. And the folks who don't, it's important to have difficult conversations at times. And here's a really good time to do that, right? Looking at stuff in this positive, happy environment, to have sort of a more direct conversation and ask what their plans are, and ask how we can take that next step to help them put those puzzle pieces together and build that pyramid.
So we've talked about current members, we've talked about general conversation, tone of conversations here. What about from a prospect level? So prospect walks up the last 2 days. We're going to have some walk up today. They don't do membership. They're on the fence about membership. What piece of advice would you give them?
I just think you got to take the first step. You just got to dip your toe in the water, right? That's the great thing. And I tell everybody, this isn't boiler room, what EverWash does, there are some, out of the dozens and dozens and dozens of prospects that we've talked to over these few, we'll talk to over these few days, many of them won't use us, but we had great conversations. We learned from each other. Mm-hmm. We got to teach them what's important. And if we shake hands and go away, maybe they come back later when they realize, the grass isn't always greener on the other side or without membership, and we get to see them later. So really, it's planting seeds. It's explaining as much as we can in a short, confined time period to motivate them and tell them what they can accomplish. And it's great. There's always other successful operators around, so it's really great to be able to turn around and say, well, talk to her. She's very successful on the platform, right? So that's cool.
So 2 episodes in a row, Sean hasn't been on at the Wash. We promise you next time he's back. And next time he's back, he will be at a Wash. We promise you that. Any closing thoughts, Sean, on the show?
Yeah, I think shows are very important. Go to the shows. Associations are very important. Join the associations. Networking is the most important thing. I was talking with the folks from Leadership Board following yesterday. It's important to just be around other like-minded people, learn, grow, contribute what you have, mm-hmm. right? And keep this cycle going. And it's so important. It's such a great environment.
All right. Thank you, Sean, for your time. We know you got a busy day ahead of you. Again, we'll be back with some more exclusive guests live from the Car Wash Show in Nashville, Tennessee. Remember to subscribe to our podcast wherever you get your podcast, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. We'll be back after this short message.
Welcome back to Members Only, the EverWash podcast. We're live here from the Car Wash Show floor in Nashville, Tennessee. We've had a couple conversations with some of the folks that build and run and manage what we do at EverWash, but now we're going to talk to some people from outside the organization. Yes. We're going to talk to some vendors. We're going to see if we can wrangle up some wash partners. Fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah.
But we want to get a sense of what everyone else is feeling after 3 days on the show floor. So, hang on, we're going to try to pull some people into our makeshift studio. We're going to try to grab some folks from within their own booths, and let's see what we can find.
Real quick, Max, when Kendra was on a couple of months ago, we really prepped the food in Nashville. So
right.
I think you got to experience a little more than I did from a traditional Nashville aspect. So what are your thoughts? What did you hit up? Give me 2 things you hit up.
I love the tangent. So, of course, first day, had to get some barbecue, mm-hmm. so hit Rippy's right on Broadway. Got the 2-meat platter, some ribs, some pulled pork, side of beans, side of potato salad, cornbread,
classic,
tailgate orange beer to go with it to wash it all down, and then of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't visit Nashville and hit up Hattie B's Midtown location.
I am very sad.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed you couldn't join us for that one.
I may have to try it at the airport. I might go out of my comfort zone before getting on a plane.
Just hit the mild up. Just do the mild.
Yes.
Do yourself a favor. It's still a little spicy, but do yourself a favor. But yeah, last night we hit up the Midtown Hattie B's. Got myself the medium because I did want to go out later, so I couldn't nuke my innards quite yet. Side of potato salad, of course, that's my go-to.
Yes.
Coleslaw, pickles on top of the sandwich.
Oh, no pickles, but definitely the coleslaw.
So it was awesome.
You need something to temper the heat.
Oh, that was what the PBR tall boy was for.
Okay. I thought that's, I saw it in the picture. I assumed that myself.
Yes. How about you? What was your favorite meal of the
week? We hit up 2 Italian places, Palato and Luogo.
Okay.
Both different parts of Italy, both phenomenal. I'd eat there every day if I could.
Yeah.
But the cavalcade of Italian food I've ate in the last 3 days was probably the most since I lived at home with my mother.
Nashville, hotbed of Italian culture and cuisine.
Hotbed of Italian food.
And I also want to give a shout out to maybe one of the coolest things that I've ever done in Nashville. We took a couple of our wash partners to this place called The Listening Room earlier in the week. The Listening Room was really a special experience. It's where the folks behind some of the songs you hear on the radio come to perform their own material, more intimate songs about their own lives.
So little MTV Unplugged Nashville style?
Exactly. So we had a chance to see the
Song Suffragettes.
Song Suffragettes, which was a troupe of six ladies,
a female ensemble that artists roll through Nashville. Some of them stay, some of them make it big. They've had 80 artists signed to record deals who are part of that group. So
pretty amazing.
It was pretty cool to hear their stories and how they came up with the ideas about the songs.
Yeah,
and spend it, like you said, spend it with some really good partners.
And on that note, one of the artists was originally from your neck of the woods, from
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Pretty cool.
She was shocked when I went up and I said, "You're from Pittsburgh," and she said, "How did you know that?" I said, "I hear it loud and clear in your voice." So shout out to Zoe Jean. Oh, I cannot remember her last name.
We'll put it in the description of the video.
Check out their song Suff. SONGSUFF.com. They live stream every Monday on YouTube. 6 p.m. It would be worth it. Trust me, it was an excellent show.
And we'll get back to this in a minute, but we also did have a little bit of music in our booth.
A little bit of music
on the topic of Nashville tunes.
Yeah, a friend of mine's son, Dylan Bradley, lives in Nashville, pursuing his dream. Played yesterday in the booth. A lot of great feedback. A lot of people stopping and just smiling and staring. But second time we've had Dylan, and he kicked ass again.
Absolutely. And we have a really special clip that I'm going to tease that we'll be playing at the end of the podcast for all you car wash folks. Something that'll make you all smile if you missed
and hopefully in a couple months, we're going to tease a little bit more from Dylan. He's going to be hopefully come a little more part of the show in a certain way, but we're going to tease that, and hopefully by June, July, we'll have some more information on that.
Right on. So back to our regularly scheduled program. Let's pull some people to the booth and have some conversations.
All right, let's do it, Max.
All right. We're back with the Members Only podcast. I'm here live with Ofer Sadka and Ask Emma. Ofer, what's going on, man?
Hey, Max. Good to be here. Emma is really for self-serves and IBA for the moments where the owners are not at the shop.
Right.
Typically, those locations are not manned, and people still have questions. Sometimes they have concerns.
Right.
Sometimes they have complaints. And what do? Some people ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just post their phone numbers, but they can get like angry phone calls and not all the time.
Nobody wants that.
Right? So this is where Emma fits in. Emma is trained really on the specifics of every single wash. She knows, if you take Apple Pay and if you have a bathroom and if the truck is going to fit in.
Right.
She knows all that. And she's able to field those questions in a very kind and polite way. And then if people have concerns, if they have questions, if they have complaints, hey, I put in $5, I didn't get my change.
Right.
So instead of having the phone call in the middle of the night, just talking to an angry customer and saying, well, I paid $5 and get, my change. Okay, and which car wash are you at? Well, I'm at your car wash. All right. So Emma will already know which location it is.
Right.
You can set it up in a way that you will even know which bay it is or which vacuum it is, so you don't have to go figure out which vacuum is not working after that. And then she will relay all that information to you. So she'll collect, the name of the customer, the phone number, and then also some context about what the concern is about.
Right.
And she will relay that to you immediately. Within 2-3 seconds, you will be notified. But it's not an angry phone call. It's now you calling the customer and letting him know, hey, Tom, I know that you already put your $5 in. You didn't get $2 change back. Let me tell you how I'm going to make it right.
Right.
So you flip the entire conversation. It makes it a much more positive way. You turn an angry customer into a 5-star.
Love that.
So that's what Emma's all about. And the second order benefit here is that, like we said earlier, you can actually place QR codes in different parts of your wash. So if someone tells you, hey, the hose is not working, you will know exactly which hose it is.
Because it associates with that QR code that was scanned, so you assume it's with that specific piece of equipment.
Exactly.
That's super cool, Ofer. And what I think is really neat is, obviously, we want to see more AI evolution in this industry. Everyone says car washing is a little bit behind other industries when it comes to adoption of technology. This is a really good example of AI adoption, but AI being used to kind of support and supplement that human touch that the operator can provide on the back end.
Absolutely. It's not gonna take care of everything and anything that you ever needed, but you can think of Emma as like a buffer between you and your customer. It can help mitigate a lot of those, questions that you sometimes get asked, like, "Are you open today?"
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we are, right? We're here, but it also helps you in kind of creating a much more nicer customer environment and really create a process at the end of which the customer feels heard, and the problems get addressed.
That's awesome. So where can people learn more about Emma and get started?
Well, they can just visit our website, askamma.io. Hey, first month's free. So
There we go. Show special for everyone listening, right? Ofer, thanks again, man. Always a pleasure to see you, brother. We'll be back later. What's up, everybody? We're here with our first on the floor vendor interview of our special ICA podcast. I'm here with Ali and Conor from UpLead Digital. What's going on, guys?
What's up, man? How are you?
All the way from the land of Ireland, right?
We're representing
The Emerald Isle. So tell me a little bit about what you guys do in the car wash industry and why people should know what you're up to.
Yeah, so we work specifically and only with car washes to help them get more memberships. It's all we do. We understand how car washes work, like the seasonality side of things. We market specifically to grow their memberships across the country, across the US, and we're getting into the global market as well. So yeah, honestly, like we have our booth set up today. We've had a lot of great conversations here at the show.
Yeah.
So just having an amazing time here, enjoying the experience.
Ali, this is your first time in Nashville?
Yeah, it's great city, great atmosphere. Yeah, like different. The live music,
Right.
everything.
The hot chicken.
Yeah, the hot chicken.
You had some?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we still
unbelievable.
need to go to Hattie B's though.
Ah, dude, I know.
We've been to many places, many different hot chicken places.
That's
but
the spot. You got to
Hattie
go.
B's,
Sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
we have to go. We were planning to go later today.
So tell me a little bit about the conversations you've had with the car wash operators. What kind of problems do people come to you with, and what kind of solutions do you offer?
Yeah. So what we've seen across the car wash industry is a lot of like old school marketing, like mailers, like billboard ads, radio ads, for example, and they've not really adapted too well to, I guess, the new age of marketing in terms of online. And right now, maybe they don't fully understand the opportunities and the potential of what you can do online for
Right.
marketing. They don't see that like you can sell memberships to people who aren't just at your car wash site. You can sell memberships to people who have never even heard of your car wash, who are signing up for your car wash membership from their phone in like a minute or two online,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
And the other thing is, like, they're sick of kind of getting leads and having to chase them. Like, where we have kind of the streamlined process where they go from seeing the ad to directly becoming a member.
Right.
It's something they're not used to. They haven't seen before. They're used to having to ring these people, convert them into like members, and it's just all a long process that they don't really want to deal with, because one thing we've noticed is car wash owners, they don't have too much time on their hands.
Very busy
They're
people.
very busy people.
They'd much rather be out on the golf course. For sure.
For sure.
Awesome. So what are you guys looking most forward to for the rest of the year? We're at the halfway point. What's the rest of 2026 look like for you all?
Yeah, it's been an amazing year so far. We're enjoying the show. We've had some great exposure at the show. We'll be at the show in the NRCC show in October. So got some good plans. We're working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
Awesome.
And we're very excited for the year ahead.
Where can people find you?
We're online, UpLeadDigital.com, on Instagram, LinkedIn, pretty much any
Facebook.
platform.
Anywhere else.
Anywhere podcasts are found.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being part of the members only podcast. Hopefully, we can have you on another episode talking about digital
sure.
marketing in the future.
Yeah,
Definitely.
We'd love to.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so
Alrighty.
much.
Thank you, Max.
Awesome.
Appreciate you having me.
Of course. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
This is going to be a wrap on our live segment of members only, right from the Car Wash Show. This is a great show, and I think we really ended on a high note with this.
Yeah, I'd like to take a minute and thank the EverWash team. Brian Feely, Mike Stern, Brandon Verastro, April, Scott, Sean Patchley, Mark Leventhal. We couldn't do what we do out our team.
100%.
And they showed up, showed out, as they say, and I'm really proud of them.
100%.
And most importantly, you.
Thanks, Chris. You as well. And shout out Ryan Caldwell, who designed this beautiful booth behind us. Really, everyone did a great job, yourself included. So with that being said, we are in Nashville, so it only would be fitting to sign off with some music. From a little clip recorded live from our booth to end the day yesterday.
Yep.
We mentioned him earlier, Dylan Bradley, Nashville-based singer-songwriter, but born and raised in the Burgh.
In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
So he did a little rendition of Car Wash.
Yes.
The classic song by Rose Royce.
Yes.
So thanks to Dylan, thanks to the EverWash team, thanks to the car wash industry, to the ICA, to every single person who stopped by to chat with us over the course of this week. We're here because of you, and we can't thank you enough. So until next time, we'll catch you on Members Only, the EverWash podcast.
So it's basically one chord the whole time. So I'm going to try my best to do it a little bluesy. You might not ever get rich, but let me tell you, it's better than digging a ditch. There ain't no telling who you might meet. A movie star, maybe in AT&T, working at the car wash. Yeah, I'm working at the car wash. Yeah. Oh, I'm working at the car wash. Yeah, I'm working at the car wash, girl. Come summer was getting kinda hard. This ain't no place if you plan on being a star. Let me tell you, it's always cool, and the boss don't mind if you act a fool. Yeah, I'm working at the car wash. 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 Yeah. Woo! Well, those cars never stop a coming. Oh, keep those racks and machines running. Put down to the fingers to the bone. You probably can't wait till it's time to go home. Yeah, working at the car wash. Oh yeah, I'm working at the car wash. Yeah. Oh, I'm working at the car wash. Yeah, I'm working at the car wash. Yeah. Oh, can't wait to get your car washed today. Fill it up and you don't have to pay. Come on and give us a play. Yeah, 'cause I'm just working at the car wash. Oh, I'm working at the car wash, yeah. Oh, I'm working at the car wash, yeah. Oh, I'm working at the car wash, girl, yeah.
Woo! Yeah! All right, we are back in the studio. That was a pretty cool little experience. I think we're going to make that an every year at the ICA kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. I love the road trip concept. And next year, we learned a lot this year from doing it. Next year, we'll work a little more in the pre-planning with some customers and things. I know they have specific goals they want to reach at the show, going back to planning and prep from our episode with Kendra. But I'd like to lock down some customers. That's on me. But I thought they'd come around. But when we may want to record literally day two.
Yeah, day 3 at the car wash show was
last
always
hour.
a little bit of B2B, a little bit lower key conversations.
Yes.
We did bring the energy for day 3 though.
We
I will
did
say
bring
there was
the
a little bit of
energy.
there was a little bit of buzz in the booth when we started rolling.
Buzz is a good word. I don't know if that's the one I would use, but there was a high level of energy there.
Yes.
For about 11 minutes.
We'll leave it at that, right? All right, cool. Well, coming up next, guys, well, we hope you really enjoyed that segment as much as we enjoyed putting it together. Coming up next, Jane Lee makes her triumphant return for this month's edition of Data Drip. And this month, she's tackling something that we get asked about constantly. We got asked about it a lot at the show. What happens if you already have a membership program and you want to switch over to EverWash, right? How can you do that? How can you convert members over without blowing everything up? The answers might surprise you. So stick around, keep it locked here on Members Only, and we'll see you in just a minute. Welcome back to Members Only. Jane Lee is here for Data Drip, our segment where Jane breaks down the numbers behind what's actually going on behind membership. This month, Jane is tackling a question that we hear all the time from operators. I already have an existing membership program. Why should I switch? And what will happen to my existing members if I choose to do so? Jane's got the data. She's got the case studies. She's got the answers. Jane, take it away.
Thanks, Max. So yeah, today we'll cover how EverWash works with wash partners who come in with existing or underperforming membership programs and how we help guide them through the transition to drive growth while addressing their specific needs. EverWash offers an easy solution that can be used on site to convert existing members to our platform. Attendants just need to enter member information through our app, and they can align prior billing dates to ensure member billing is adjusted appropriately. During this transition, attendants are still able to sign up new members, and on average, existing members for all our converted locations make up about 20% of total new memberships within the first 6 months of switching to EverWash. The majority of new members are first-time signups, showing the growth that EverWash can bring compared to previous programs. So I'm going to walk us through 3 of our case studies. These locations have existing members making up about 30% of total new memberships within the first 6 months. Our first example is a mature full-service tunnel location in the Northeast area. They had over 100% growth in new memberships. They converted about 800 members and signed up about 1,700 new in the first 6 months. Their LTV is about $900. Our second example is an IBA location in the Southeast area. They had over 200% growth. They converted around 100 members and signed up about 350 new members. Their LTV is about $275. And our final example is a multi-lane IBA group in the Midwest. They had about 80% growth. They converted around 450 members and signed up about 800 in the first 6 months. And their LTV is around $227. So Max and Chris, I'd love for you guys to share some more details on the transition to EverWash from other membership platforms in the industry.
Thanks a bunch, Jane. Yeah, so Chris, really awesome data there. I love the 3 different case studies that Jane presented, like 3 different kinds of car washes with different stories. You head up the account management team that helps kind of onboard these folks and transition folks from existing membership programs. What's your view on how we kind of convert members and handle that kind of a process?
Well, I think we really take the point of being sensitive, because that's their customers. They've worked hard to build that customer base. So we did not want to disrupt their business. What we want to do is make it an easy transition. We have a defined process and limit attrition. Right. There's always going to be a little bit of attrition, but we try to limit it as much as possible. So our app-based platform and the data integration over to our systems usually is pretty seamless. As managing the communication branch of the company, we use the tool Braze exclusively to take care of that, make sure everybody knows what to do. And, we have with Susan and Kate, we have that. If there's need help and somebody needs a call, they know what to do. So we try to manage the process with as little disturbance as possible for them, because really it's their customers. They're not truly EverWash customers yet. They didn't come through our platform, so there is some sensitivity around the potential loss of business for them. And we try to to sum it up, Max, we try to do what's right for the owner.
100%.
In his business.
100%. Yeah, the kind of 3-pronged strategy you talked about, I think is worth highlighting. the on-site, we get the attendants trained up, and using the attendant app, it's easy to convert members over. And as Jane mentioned, we, do our best to make sure there's no lapse in any billing. We make it as, seamless a transition as possible. On the communication side, the braze of it all, we can utilize our communications for emails, SMS, push notifications, right? So when we do convert a member over, they now know how EverWash works compared to whatever process they were using prior to.
And even prior to that, we tell them, hey, on this date, I'm switching membership platforms. Here's what you need to do next time you're on site or remotely. So we try to make it, again, seamless. That's the important thing on that.
Exactly. And then lastly, that's the benefit, bringing it back to the Kate and Susan conversation, that's the benefit of maintaining that human support, right? Where, people can be informed of a switch that's happening, add that to our knowledge base, so that way when a call arises or comes up, somebody, sees our phone number out and about on site, they call, they know exactly how to approach the situation, handle that conversation, get the person switched over with any sort of promotion or discount, a transition special that we've determined with the wash, and everyone's happy in the end. It makes it quick and easy, and ultimately profitable, right? There's no loss of revenue. There's no no crevice that people are falling into, right?
Yeah, and there's multiple ways to do this. I'm not going to sit there and say we have the only solution. But we take pride in it, and we really want to make the relationship. And if it goes wrong, that's a really bad first impression for a new owner. So the level of support and detail in that, preparation for that, and building that relationship on the account manager level is to me is critical for us to be successful long-term with that new owner.
100%. So look, you guys see it here. The proof is once again in the pudding. I must have pudding on my mind. I've used that twice in this episode.
Who doesn't like pudding?
Right? So if you are a current car wash operator, owner-operator, you're not an EverWash partner, you have membership, you're struggling to really get it rocking and rolling in the way you'd expect it to be, please reach out to us and let our membership experts take a look at what the platform looks like right now, what your program looks like, and how EverWash can come in and maybe re-engineer how you're doing things and optimize it to really make sure you get that recurring revenue stream coming in. So anything else, Chris?
Nope, all good.
All right.
Keep it rolling.
Without further ado, we're going to move right along to Suds and Stuff. Of course, Jane will be back in not next month, but the following month. We'll have Sean Pashley back at the car wash in our next episode. It'll probably be a hot one, if I had to guess.
Well, that's twice now he hasn't been at the car wash.
Yeah,
so
we've given him a pass.
Given him a pass. But I think like in June, July, we got to get him on some blacktop.
He's really got to feel the heat.
He has to feel the heat.
From multiple angles. So yes, like I said, look forward to that next month. Jane, thank you. We'll talk to you in a few, and keep it locked here on Members Only. We'll be back with Suds and Stuff.
Hey, welcome back to Members Only, the EverWash podcast. It's time for Suds and Stuff. Our view from things around the car wash industry or what's ever on our mind. Hey, just to finish the conversation from your pudding comments.
Yes.
What's your favorite flavor of pudding?
I am a Swiss Miss, chocolate, vanilla in the middle, chocolate on the bottom kind of guy. I am very basic when it comes to my pudding. Yes, easy. I had a snack pack for like lunch every day growing up.
Yeah, I'm more of a vanilla guy.
Yeah.
But Sean, him and I had banana pudding in Nashville at Luogo.
Didn't we say we weren't doing Nashville food conversations?
Nashville, but you brought up pudding. Best bread pudding I ever had. So
bread or banana?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was banana pudding. I apologize. It was banana. I love bread pudding, so I had bread pudding on my mind.
Well, both are fantastic.
And you know why I like bread pudding? Because I used to work in an Italian restaurant growing up in Pittsburgh, and part of my job was to make the bread pudding overnight.
There you go. So you're skilled.
So I'm skilled.
Can you bring some into the office sometime?
If I ever make it again, yeah. Let's see who's calling me. Oh, it's spam. Sorry. I was hoping it was the United States. I would have answered it right on the show.
I was hoping it was going to be our call-in line.
So
we've been waiting. Well, please call in.
We need some numbers we need a ring for that. But all All right, our topic today, just to kick it off, we beat, like you said, I said to you today, we've beaten the Nashville horse dead.
Yes.
We want to put a bow on it today because it's been a great 3-episode conversation. It's the show of the year, but Memorial Day, we're leading into Memorial Day weekend. Yep. Do you have any family traditions, anything from when you were a kid, anything you and the wife do now around Memorial Day?
Yeah, it's kind of a mix of all the above. So my wife has been doing Memorial Day with her group of friends from high school since like their sophomore year or junior year of high school, I believe. Mm-hmm. And I've actually known that group of friends since longer than my wife has been friends with them. Long story short, South Jersey, high school connections, towns, suburban living. But so we go down to Margate every year for Memorial Day weekend. One of our friends, actually, Jared, our friend who married my wife and I, very close friend to both of us for a long time. It's his family shore house. So we go down there, started as, debaucherous weekend of 20-something-year-olds, and now it's become a more laid back weekend. There's kids that are now involved. Our friends are having families of their own, yes. So it's kind of growing in that regard. So the weather forecast is looking a little crappy to say the least. So this might be more of a staying inside, playing board games, maybe whipping out the Mario Kart for a little bit, watching the NBA playoffs and the NHL playoffs for sure.
Any cocktails, beverages?
I mean, always.
Okay,
always.
Just want to make sure.
You
scared me there.
Little Negroni action.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's my go-to.
Way better on tap.
Negronis on tap are awesome.
Yes.
If you go to a bar with cocktails on tap, you're at the right place.
Yes.
Keep them coming.
And I've only ever seen it twice in my life on tap. So,
how about you? What's on the agenda for you?
Well, on the agenda, since I've been married and the kids have been out of the house, it's pretty basic. It's a lot of honeydew stuff. Yeah. I kind of tend to put off all the yard work until Labor Day, but I started this week, so we're pretty caught up on that. But to your point, I was going to ask you the shore. When I met my wife, it was down the shore, so I understand the love of Memorial Day for everybody on this side of the state in South Jersey. I enjoyed it for 5 summers. It was always cold. Never had a good Memorial Day weekend. It was always rainy and in the 60s down there.
The Jersey Shore is nicer the later you go into the year, yes. In my opinion. Actually, August is Labor Day weekend. It's the best time because the water is actually nice and hot. The beach isn't as crowded as it is at the start of the season. And it's just an all around better time. Less crowded at the restaurants.
Yeah. So when I was down there those summers, it would, once the weekend ended, so Tuesday it was ghost town.
Yeah.
And then we would be literally working just to save beer money back in our early 20s, late teens. It was so dead down there for 5 weeks. But once that second week of June came through the middle of August, it was a sprint. It was craziness, easy money. But that 5 weeks, we'd suffer. We would eat. I can't remember the name of the place. I know it was on Young and Pacific Avenue in Wildwood, catty corner to an old bar called Quo Vadis.
Okay.
They had a foot-long American hoagie for $2. So the 4 or 5 of us that would live there would buy that. We'd eat half for lunch, half for dinner, and that was it for 5 weeks.
What a time to be alive.
It was $2 hoagie.
That's for a foot long. That's again. It always comes down to sandwiches for us. Mm-hmm. We always need a sandwich conversation in our podcast.
Across from this place was also a pizza place named Josie's Pizza in Wildwood. I'm sure somebody remembers that. They had dollar slices too.
Oh my god!
So we'd have the hoagie for lunch and dinner. And then if we were out having a couple pops after work or doing whatever, we'd end up at Josie's around 1 or 2 in the morning for a slice.
What a time.
It was a good 5 weeks.
So this is Wildwood, you said?
This is Wildwood, yes.
So for those uninitiated, we call the beach in New Jersey the Jersey Shore. And we don't go to the beach, we go down the shore. And Wildwood is known as Philadelphia down the shore. Mm-hmm. It's pretty much where everyone in the city goes. Now, that's an overstatement. There's plenty of other lovely shore towns all along the coastline that people from Philadelphia and the surrounding areas visit, right?
I would say from southeastern PA, it's probably from south of Atlantic City.
Yeah.
They have a circle around that. Yes. That's where I think everybody goes. There's a couple towns north of there. That's only when you get older and with a lot more money. Unfortunately, I will never visit those towns. I drive through occasionally just to see what the other side's doing, but It was a great part of my youth. I loved it. And
What's the cutoff for, the Southeast PA and the South Jersey folks, and then like the North Jersey and the New York folks? Like Seaside Heights, the Jersey Shore TV show.
That's more North Jersey.
That's something the North Jersey, not Philadelphia kind of association.
I think that's where it starts is
Asbury Park, right?
Well, Asbury's a little north of that. But I think, as Hank Stram said back in the day, I think Seaside Heights is where it starts to matriculate. And it starts to get more South Jersey, the more south you go.
When did Hank Stram talk about the Jersey Shore?
He never talked about the Jersey Shore. It was about Super Bowl II on the NFL Films. We're going to matriculate that ball down the field. 65 toss power way.
Oh my God.
One of the greatest NFL film clips of all time.
Amazing. Hey, how about the NFL draft? That's come and gone since our last conversation about sports. I know that the Eagles kind of came in and jumped the guy that a lot of Steelers fans wanted to get, Mekhi Lemon, right?
I'm good with that. They got Pittman in the offseason. I loved Jeremy Bernard as a slot guy, and that's who they got in the second round. So I'm not as big a draft guy as I used to be. As you know, it takes 2 or 3 years to really tell. But they're taking the Andy Weidel model, and they're really, really working on the interior of that team. So 3 out of the last 4 first-round picks were offensive linemen.
You need to protect that geriatric quarterback who's coming back for 1 more year, he says. Yeah. Today. That is hot off the press. This is it, yeah. Today, I believe, right? Or was that yesterday?
He said, this is it.
And we finally met Aaron Rodgers' wife, allegedly.
We did?
There was a picture of her going around.
Was that her?
I saw the picture. Did I fall into some fake news?
Oh no! I saw the picture, and they're like they've never been in public together.
Yeah, it's a little bizarre.
Yeah, I'm still wondering if it's actual marriage or he just wears the rubber band around his finger.
The rubber band. So, last bit of sports talk. I started my summer lacrosse season, and I actually was making fun of somebody who has the nylon wedding band on. Right. And I was like, why do you do that? Like, isn't it more annoying to take off your real one and put that thing on? Lo and behold, I got checked in my hand yesterday, and it hurts.
With your ring on?
With the real ring on. Like,
wait, they let you wear it? Or you have gloves on?
I wear gloves, but I felt it through the glove. So now I kind of know what the hype is around those things.
If you look back to old episodes, Max, I always wore that Aura ring on my right hand.
Yes.
Well, it's somewhere in Nashville or on the plane. I lost it. I've given up hope.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're giving up on your healthy life choices?
No, I got the Apple Watch, but the choices are a whole nother thing. There's nothing they can do for your mind. But what I was going to say is, to your point, if people would catch my hand at the wrong angle with that Aura ring on, I wanted to hit the ceiling. Like it hit the bone. It was so thick. So I know what you're talking about.
Are you used to not having it already, or does it feel like something's missing?
It still feels like there's something missing. Thank God it wasn't the other ring. But I think it fell off on the plane. I really do. I think I dozed off because I fiddle a lot. You see me with the baseball. Yep. So I bet you I was sleeping and half asleep playing with it, and it fell off.
Somebody just found $300 piece of $400 piece of technology in their.
It was FSA money, so it wasn't a $400.
There you go.
One more sports thing. I want to say congratulations and sorry. Last episode, we were in the middle of the round 1. Your boys beat my boys.
Yeah.
Penguins beat the Flyers in overtime.
It's a great series in the end.
It was a good series, but we both knew the next round would probably be short, and we're just enjoying the Final Four now. We could talk sports all day, but one more thing on Memorial Day. Anything as a kid? Do you have any memories as a kid?
Oh man, I mean, we would do just backyard barbecue type stuff. Mm-hmm. I do remember. Okay, yeah, I do remember this one time we got a keg of Gold Monkey. This was like high school, I guess, when that first came out. Now it wasn't my keg; it was it was my parents'.
No,
but
it wasn't Mrs. Pulcini. It was not Max's.
It was not mine, but that was a pretty legendary story for a while. Like the time that we had a keg of Golden Monkey. I don't remember who was there, and I'm sure the people who were there also don't remember being there, but the conversation still floats in the ether of when we talk about the best family barbecue.
So it's the legend of the Golden Monkey.
The legend of the Golden Monkey.
We used to, I was a baseball player, so it was a big baseball weekend. It always was towards wrapping up the season. But our township always had a picnic. That's where I learned to play bocce.
Oh,
because the park had 2 bocce pits, grass.
right.
And do you know there's a bocce league about a quarter mile from the office?
No.
Yes.
I love bocce ball.
Yes.
Should we inquire about this?
I think we should.
Can we get a little team sponsorship? Wear EverWash uniforms?
I think we could. I think you're wearing it right now.
The members only bocce team, right?
I got it too there. I'm a little chilly today with this 35-degree drop in temperature, but there was bocce in the area.
Oh, that is excellent. So
my friend plays in it. It's on 3rd Street.
We got to look into this, but I just love the fact that because bocce is it's what we play all the time down the shore on Memorial Day, assuming, the weather's nice enough to actually be out there on the sand. And I love playing on the beach because your court changes every round. You don't just play straight up and down on a bit of turf. It's like we're gonna go closer to the shoreline this time, or now we're gonna go up on the dune and have a little bit of elevation on this round. So I love playing bocce at the beach, and I'm gonna love playing bocce in Conshohocken if we get involved here.
Yeah, no, it's a real. I mean, it's a competitive league. I haven't played in a while, but a couple of my Irish friends, let's say, belong to the Knights of Columbus. That has the bocce, and I'm like, how does this happen? My brother-in-law used to belong to the Knights of Columbus in Florida. I'm like, don't they do background checks anymore?
We're gonna have to talk to the president of Italy.
But you know what's going to happen? We're going to get involved. The location, we're going to end up getting on like the board and board members, and it's going to be bad. So let's just promise ourselves, if we join, that's it.
That's it.
One night a week. I'm not getting involved. I don't want to deal with anyone.
I don't want to be the treasurer of the Southeast Pennsylvania Bocce Association.
No, we just want to play and take our lumps for a little bit until we get our feet under us.
Well, let's put a pin in that and we have something to update our audience on when we're back next week. Did we, in fact, join a bocce league?
Yes.
And if we did we win our first game?
Hey, Joe, if you're out there listening, I know you've wanted to defect from your team for years and you keep talking about it because they kind of pushed you to the side. So if you want to be our captain and sign us up and do all the work, we'll show up when you tell us.
This is legal. This is legal tampering right here.
It's like live. It's like you with your lacrosse recruiting. Right. So, all right, Max, that's it for Suds and Suds this episode. Let's come back. Let's wrap up this episode and put a bow on the ICA show and everything we did leading into it, and finish out on a high note. Finish strong, as they say in the restaurant industry. So we'll be right back after this brief message.
All right, we're back with members only, the EverWash podcast. We have taken away Chris's microphone. He is no longer allowed to speak this episode after flubbing that last outro bit. But we love him anyway. Thank you for being here, Chris. So overall, great episode. We love taking you guys under the hood, behind the scenes, behind the curtain, whatever words you want to use for our inside look at the ICA show. Big thanks to Scott and Sean and Ofer and Ali and Connor and anyone who spoke with us at the show who you saw. Big thanks to Jane Lee for her data drip contribution for the month. And as always, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like and subscribe wherever you're watching or listening, wherever you get your podcasts, and be sure to leave us a review. It really does help boost our presence and help get this in front of more car wash operators. And of course, if you've got something to say, we want to hear it. Give us a call at 215-259-8048. Leave us a voicemail. We might just play it on episode 6. We might not, but we might just. And of course, email us at podcast@everwash.com. We'll be back with more next month. Until then, keep washing, keep growing, and we'll see you next time on Members Only, the EverWash podcast.